Hi guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the British Touring Car and Support Championship on Project Cars 2. This is the final round of the championship, round 7, and this is race 1 in the Ginetta Juniors. It is pouring down with rain, getting ready for a start here. We're off, and good start by everyone. Bidzster gets a good start from the front row. He was on pole position from TY. They're going in towards the first corner. Bidzster in the lead then. Got TY and Cyrex side by side. Stevie and James Deluxe side by side into the first corner as well. Paddock Hill Bend. Everyone cleanly around there. We've got a few cars close together in the middle. Footman, Growly Bear, etc. As we look to the leaders, Bidzster's hung out to dry. TY's up the inside. Bang! Both of them touch. TY understeers into Bidzster there, but no harm done. Cyrex tries to go down the inside as well. Stevie following suit. Here come the leaders down towards Graham Hill Bend. TY into the lead, runs wide. Bidzster goes through and takes both. But Cyrex is alongside as well. Cyrex looks like he might be able to take TY as well. Meanwhile, further back there's Footman and Co. And Cyrex gets TY into McLaren. And then Blakeney and Footman having a little battle there with Growly Bear. As we go round McLaren up the hill. Then down. Pilgrims drop down towards Hawthorne. Everyone quite close together now. There's Bidzster in the lead. Cyrex second place now ahead of TY. So Cyrex into second place. We've got a few cars close together further back. And we've got two side by side at the back. There's Keith and Azadar. They were very close. And Stacker and Neil Farmack have gone backwards. And Neil's got damage as well. There's Neil. He's got damage in that car. And so's Callum. He's been off as well. So we'll get some replays on that after the first lap. Meanwhile, Cyrex challenging Bidzster for the lead then in these wet conditions. But goes a bit wide there, leaves himself vulnerable for TY. But TY can't get close enough to find a way through just yet. So it's Bidzster, Cyrex, TY, Stevie, James Deluxe in 5th position. There he is, just going through shot. As everyone works their way up towards Clearways. Through Clearways we go. TY and Cyrex very close together. We've got a few other people close together as well. There's Growly Bear, Keith, Azadar. We've got Footman and Growly Bear, Footman and Blakeney close at the front. So we'll just get those replays in now. Okay, here's a replay at the start. I want to focus on Neil Farmack's car and see what happened between him and Callum. So we're going down towards Paddock Hill Bend on the first lap. Everyone's concertinaing into the corner. Watch Neil in the green car, goes wide onto the gravel, and then the back end of the car goes out. James Deluxe very lucky to avoid there, and Callum and Footman and several other cars have nowhere to go. Stack hits Callum as well, so that was just Neil making a mistake, and then that's just one of the typical first corner incidents that happens in motorsport. Okay, here's a look now from that on board with Callum. So we go into the first corner. See Neil running wide there, he's running wide onto the gravel, and then he all of a sudden he spins and we can't do anything. Bang, straight into the back of him, and then we hit Growly Bear as well, and now we're sideways, and then bang again, as Keith has nowhere to go either. Oh, Stacker has nowhere to go either. So it all gets involved there, and then we spin ourselves round and we get going. So as we come back from that, Bidzster in the lead, slides his way through Paddock Hill Bend. Cyrex in second place, TY runs wide in third, very wide, and that leaves him open to his teammate. Stevie goes up the inside, oh, bit of contact there between the two Team White cars, but all's well that ends well. Stevie gets through, bit of sideways out the corner, but gets away with it. Meanwhile, Blakeney and Footman are very close in the background as well. There they are, there's Blakeney in the yellow car for Team Yellow, Footman running independent in this. As Blakeney goes very sideways and goes towards the inside, he's lost speed, and Footman goes through. That could allow Growly Bear to close up as well. As over we've got Keith off in the background, he makes a mistake of his own. Meanwhile, nearer the back we've got Neil Farmack catching up to Stacker. Catching up to Stacker, there he is in 10th place. Stacker, there's Neil in 11th. Azadar Blade's fallen back as well. Azadar Blade's back to 12th place, so not a good showing here from Team Green in this last one of the season. It's between Neil Farmack and TY for second place in the championship, and it looks like TY is doing well to try and close that gap or extend that gap. There's Bidzster and Cyrex come down towards the Ingledale, or Sheen Curve as it's called now. Nice and cleanly through there. The Team White cars are still quite close together in the background. There they are, the white ones just coming through shot there. So TY in front of Stevie again, after making that mistake earlier on at Paddock Hill Bend. Meanwhile, Growly Bear and Blakeney are very close together. So Blakeney's going backwards here, Footman's past him, and now he's got Growly Bear on the attack as well. As Growly Bear goes to the outside, Blakeney will have the inside line for the initial part. Will Grally Bear be able to carry the line round the outside? Almost. He's got to give hats off for trying. He's still keeping his foot down in there, but Blakeney's just got ahead. And Grally Bear took him behind. Will he go for the inside? He's looking up the inside towards Paddock Hill Bend. Will he go for the move? Is he alongside enough? No, he's not. Blakeney covers it off. So no way through yet for Grally Bear. Meanwhile, the leaders still close together. We've got Team White side by side out of Druids again. But Stevie lets TY go. Just thought he'd stick his nose there as Cyrex runs a bit wide, but gets away with it. Meanwhile, Blakeney is still in front of Grally Bear, but only just, and he runs a bit wide there. That could be Grally Bear's opportunity, but still, Grally didn't get a good run out that corner anyway, so that's no advantage gained there. As we look further back, Arzadar, Blade and Stacker. I know Stacker joined the championship halfway through. Arzadar, Blade looking for some more points. Team Green nearer the back. Callum really struggling in this one as well. There he is. There's Callum. He's struggling in this Ginetta in this race. So I'm looking for Callum there. There's Stacker and Arzadar. Still close, but no cigar yet for Arzadar Blade. As we look back at Bidzster and Cyrex. Down towards Sheen Curve. Through Sheen Curve we go. The good lines there from both. As we look at Stevie and TY here. And I dare say that TY is actually closing up on Cyrex now. So TY's got his foot down, closing up on Cyrex in front of him, and Stevie's trying to stay with him. Meanwhile, Grally Bear and Keith's closing up to Grally Bear now, so Grally Bear's gone off the back of Blakeney, so he must have made a little mistake somewhere. Keith's right on the back of him now for Team Blue. That's Bidzster's teammate. He's fighting for in between 10th and 6th in the championship. It's all very close together. So with Callum falling further back and Blakeney only just ahead, it's all going to be still very close for those positions near the end of the championship. So remember, this is the last round of the championship. This is the last Ginetta Junior race of the season, and let's hope we go out with a bang. Bidzster goes round Druids, very nice through there. Cyrex following suit, not letting him go, and TY now, as I was saying before, catching up to Cyrex now, about to start applying the pressure for that second place. As we go out of hill, Cyrex very, very sideways out of there, squirming for grip. As we go up towards McLaren, through McLaren we go. Up onto the GP section. TY with a good run there. It looks like he's closing down on Cyrex here. This could be a move. As we look at TY now, going down under the bridge, down towards Hawthorne. Will he go for a move down here? He's going to pull out. He's going to have a go. No, he's not. He pulls back in at the last minute, just showing his nose to Cyrex, just showing that, yes, I am prepared to make a move if you make a mistake. Oh, and speaking of mistakes, that's what Cyrex does. Puts the wheel on the white line, goes a bit wide. Cyrex on the inside. TY goes right round the outside on the proper line and takes that position. So TY up to second place now. Now his next target's Bidzster. Remember, Bidzster already the champion in this one, won it a few rounds back. As that special event really helped him out with winning all 4 of those races, which were double points. So Bidzster the champion already. TY still battling for second place with Neil Farmack, and it looks like Neil Farmack's blown it in this one because he's all the way down in 11th place. So this is going to really help TY out in this. So he'll definitely close right up. Remember, Neil was slightly in front in the points coming in towards this one, so this could help TY up a whole bunch. As we go across the line, let's have a look further back. We've got Growly Bear. James Deluxe has gone backwards as well. James Deluxe has gone right off. He was in 5th place. He's gone right back to 8th place. So James Deluxe unlucky there. Probably just made a little mistake somewhere. And off he goes. Keith trying to catch up to him also. Meanwhile, back at the front, we've got TY in the lead. TY's in the lead. Where's Bidzster gone? Bidzster's there. He's back down in 4th. Bidzster's gone completely off as we were looking at those other ones. So we'll get a replay on that. Okay, just before we have a look at the Bidzster incident, let's have a look what happened to James Deluxe when to go down the order. He hits a puddle there on the inside, hits the barrier, and very lucky not to spear himself back across the track. Spin, 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 and then we rejoin, losing a couple of positions at the same time. Okay, here's a replay of what happened to Bidzster at Paddock Hill Bend on lap 5. So we're going into this corner here, we go into the corner, we're going quite alright so far. We go a little bit wide onto the green bit and hit a puddle, into the gravel, and then we just lose a couple of places and back down to 4th. So as we come back from that, watching Bidzster's mistake there, we look back at TY in the lead of the race now. Cyrex in second place. And Stevie up to third, so it's a Team White 1-3 with Cyrex in the middle for Team Red. And Bidzster will be livid with himself after that mistake. As we go up and over the rise, down towards Hawthorne, building up the speed. Even though these cars aren't that quick, they're still doing about 100 mile an hour at the end of here, which is still no slouch. As we go round Hawthorne at the bottom of the hill. Stevie right behind Cyrex now, trying to put him under pressure. TY goes slightly wider there, but it's a good line. Cyrex tries to use the curb on the inside, but that might not be as effective. Stevie closes up slightly, down towards the old Dingle Dell corner. Up and over the little kink here. Right over. Cyrex right behind TY as he... Oh, I thought he made a mistake there because I saw the car twitch, but no errors yet from any of the leaders yet. Obviously Bidzster made an error before, but he's on catch up now. As you look back at Growly Bear, Blakeney, they're close together, and James Deluxe closing up to that as well, so that could be a nice battle that develops in the next couple of laps as Blakeney goes a bit wide there. Growly Bear looking for an opportunity, but there's no opportunity just yet. As I think, if we look at the weather, the rain has stopped, so the track will be drying out, but luckily these cars are on all-weather tyres, so there will be no pit stops, because these are the tyres that are running in the dry or the wet, which is good. So, but we'll have to see who's the best as the track dries out. So, oh, Cyrex is off! Cyrex has gone off at the bottom of the hill. He's done exactly what Bidzster did. There he goes, just catches the curb and off he goes. So unlucky there from Cyrex, and Bidzster's passed Stevie as well, because Stevie had to sort of avoid Cyrex. So Bidzster up to second place again now, chasing TY. As you can see there, you can see the dry line appearing. You'll see from the next camera angle, hopefully, that you'll see the track is drying out. As we look further back, I think we've seen a change of position. Blakeney's gone off. Blakeney's gone off. Don't know whether he was pushed or not, but we'll get a quick replay on that. So as we come back from that, there's Blakeney rejoining in 9th place, and there's Bidzster on the back of TY now. He's pulling Stevie along with him as well, so that could be all to play for. As we go down the hill, as the track starts to dry, you can just see the dry line where TY is running. You'll see a bit of a lighter shade of tarmac. That is the dry racing line that's coming through, and Stevie goes off it a bit there and loses a bit of time. You can see there's less spray from the cars now from behind. Every so often there's a bit of spray, but sometimes there's not. So the track really drying out now, and this could be swinging the tables in the favour of someone. You never know. If someone likes the dry conditions more, as TY goes a bit wide there, Bidzster takes all the curb and possibly a bit more. As we go down through Sterling's, up towards Clearways, Bidzster definitely catching up now. The tri-track favouring his car. Towards Clearways, approaching the last lap of the race. Bidzster gets a good run, closes up to TY. Not going to be close enough to make a move because he's not really closing up at that much of a rate, but let's have a look back here quickly. Growly Bear and James Deluxe are quite close for 6th and 7th positions. That's going to be one to watch out for on this last lap as well. We've got Keith and Blakeney quite close together as well, so we'll keep an eye on them, but we'll watch our leaders go through Paddock Bend for the last time. No mistakes this time from Bidzster or TY or Stevie. All nice and clean through there. Druids for the last time. Through Druids, Bidzster, look at the speed of Bidzster now. That dry track really helping him out. TY struggling a bit now, because when in the dry conditions in this in the Ginetta Juniors throughout this season, TY has really struggled in the dry conditions in this Ginetta, but now it's raining. It's brilliant, but also now it's drying out. Now it's back in Bidzster's favour, because TY struggled with this car all season. He's barely scraped the top 5 all season with this car. But now he's back on it, and even though it's drying out, there's still some wet patches for him to get some grip on, because he's really struggled with that understeer in the dry conditions. But here comes Bidzster right round there, trying to go around the outside, but there's no way through there. TY goes into Hawthorne, Bidzster right behind him, practically pushing him through the corner. Stevie closing up, just waiting for a mistake from any one of these two to get a position. Hopefully it won't be his teammate though, as Bidzster goes over the curb, down through Westfield and down towards the Sheen curve, old Dingledell corner for the last time. Make or break now for Bidzster. He's got to get close enough to make a move, and over the curb. Very risky in these semi-wet conditions, going over the curb that much. As we go through Sterling's, he's close. It's going to be the last corner. He's got to get a demon run through this last corner if he wants to try and make a move, and TY knows that, uses half the road to block him off. through this last turn. Bidzster's trying all he's got, but I don't think it's going to be enough. His whitewash is going to be wiped clean in this last one. TY is going to come across the line and win the race. TY wins in the Ginetta Junior race in the last one, so that'll make up for his bad season in the Ginetta Juniors. Bidzster second, Stevie third. Cyrex comes across the line in fourth. Well done to Cyrex there. Footman's going to come across the line a lonely fifth. James Deluxe is going to be sixth, and Keith's made a mistake somewhere. He's battling with Blakeney on the last corner as well, so Footman fifth, James Deluxe sixth, and it's going to be Keith or Blakeney on the line for seventh and eighth positions. Keith comes up to the line. It's going to be just about Keith, I think, from Blakeney. Yes, it is. Keith from Blakeney in seventh and eighth positions. Growley Bear comes across the line in ninth. Neil 10th. Stacker is going to be in 11th, as long as he don't make a mistake in this last corner, which he doesn't. Nice and clean through there. Arzadar Blade will be 12th. So Stacker 11th, Arzadar 12th, and poor old Callum, who's spun round again, not enjoying this car one bit, finishes in 13th position. So we'll just get those points in for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the final results of the last Ginetta Junior race of the championship. So TY takes the win from Bidzster, very close finish between them two. Stevie gets third, Cyrex in fourth as you go over the page. Footman finishes in fifth, James Deluxe gets sixth, Keith finishes in seventh, Blakeney 8th, Growley Bear in 9th, Neil Farmack 10th, 11th is Stacker, 12th is Arzadar Blade, and 13th is Callum. So as we come back from that then, there's your winner, TY, that white car there. TY wins the race and stops Bidzster's clean sweep in the Ginetta Juniors this season. Will he be able to do it in the Clios? You'll have to find out in the next race. So we'll see you guys then. Take care.